Hi, my name is Scott. I'm the Director of Long-Term Missions with Adventures in Missions. The story you'll watch is about a friend of mine, a man named Thokozani and the pursuit of God on his life and the dreams that he put in his heart. It starts with Thokozani as a child at a CarePoint and the way he experienced God's pursuit through love, the way that he strayed from those dreams that God put on his life, and then the way that God continued to pursue him and bring him back through dreams to the place where he desired Thokozani to be. Thokozani's life is very much like so many of the Swazi children we know, the raw realities they face, the dreams that God pursues them with, and the pathway that they're on to become the people that God created them to be. We hope you enjoy this documentary, The Cage of Dreams.
In my head right now, I'm picturing how much of a joy it is for a Swazi child to break free. A Swazi child with those dirty clothes and the dirty body and the ragged shoes, a stick in his hand, but he is such a conqueror. African children, they are one kind of people that can really express happiness. That barefoot and that dirty cloth, it can never equate to the peace and the joy that awaits. They are the dreamers. Great things await for them in the future. So I grew up as the eldest of 7 kids. This really laid so much responsibility on me while I was still very young. So growing up, all I could think about, it was about cows in terms of their welfare. Were they healthy? Were they well fed? Were they okay? Were they not stolen or captured by other people? So it was all about protecting your father's livestock. So I was taught all that by my father. Me and my father will relate activity-wise. Some work to do. Beyond the work to do, then I couldn't have him. I was like, why am I so empty? Because I never knew love. I never knew how to be loved, I really couldn't understand, and this really confused me when I became a Christian, because learning about God to be the Father, I felt like there was that kind of confusion, because me and my father were not really fully close in such a way that we will relate emotionally and beyond. I realized now that there was a need for me to relate with him emotionally. I believe every child has a dream, but one thing that shuts off the dream, it is the loss of hope. In front of you, there's already problems, absent father, sad background, you can barely have something to eat. As for me, we could barely even afford a better housing. You sleep in a house whereby when it's raining, you have to stand up because you can't sleep. That on its own just box the dream into a very deep black box. So it's a matter now of someone to walk with that special child and help him unbox the dream by being able to confront some of the things that are in front of this child. If those things are not confronted and this child now start to have hope, it's very hard for them to dream. So even for me, it was very hard to dream until being part of the CarePoint helped me to address some of these things, and slowly I was able to unbox my dream. The CarePoint life really helped to bring a significant change into my life. Being at the CarePoint, that's when I was introduced to being a child again. Before the CarePoint, it was all about responsibilities, chores, and work. But now, with the CarePoint, it actually enabled me to be a child. And that actually helped to widen that dreaming platform, because I was able to express my thoughts as a child. I was able to think as a child. But at the CarePoint, play was the number one thing to be done. It was actually the heart of being at the CarePoint, to play, build relationships and have fun with friends, and also to learn. To bring a platform whereby kids will be allowed to be kids once again, without being afraid of what is going to happen to them. They were allowed to drop every kind of responsibility and come back and be kids like they were ought to be. So when I graduated high school, I stopped going to the CarePoint because I felt like I was outgrowing the CarePoint. I was phasing out. So the moment I graduated, I was so excited because it meant so much for me. But then I was struck by the reality of things, that now that I've finished high school, I was left with the biggest questions ever that I had to answer by actions to say, what's next? It's like all the dreams that I had were like crashing to the ground because I had no platform, I had no opportunity to continue to pursue those dreams. My situation at home is too complicated for me to think about college or university. So I really have to just find an immediate job just for survival. That's when I moved into working in a construction company there. I was really hurting because I gave up my dreams just to push so hard for something that was not going to bring me anything in return. My life away from the CarePoint, I will really similarize it with a fish when it is taken out of the water. I could feel that I'm really struggling. I felt like I'm plucked out of a specific source that was giving me life. I cannot go back home and cry at home. At home, they are looking up to me now as a grown man, so I can never come back and show that I'm weak. I had to come back with something to show that you guys can trust me because I'm able to provide. I knew that deep down I needed to be out of this place because this place was no longer pleasant to me. Eventually I couldn't take it anymore. When I quit my job, I was hungry for a new opportunity that was gonna, ignite me because I really needed a rejuvenation after I've been destroyed by the construction work. The opportunity that was there for me, it was growing wheat and working in the wheat field. And you know what? I never thought twice. I just said, I wanna do it. So I decided to leave and I went to work in the wheat field. There was that impression that told me that now you just arrived to a table or a platform of money making. So I believe that I'm gonna be having money, and all the dreams that I had, they couldn't measure the money that I'm going to make here. But as time went on, I started questioning that excitement. I started questioning everything about Pittsburgh and the kind of job I was doing. In my first dream, I remember police coming in and it was pure chaos. People were crying, screaming, and there was so much yelling. People were running away. I got caught. I was being thrown into the police van. I didn't know what to do. I was so helpless. I was engulfed in fear and I was so troubled in my spirit. And when I woke up from that dream, I was very, very troubled. I heard a voice telling me you are not coming back here. It was like someone telling me very huge directive that I can't deny. I was learning to be loyal to him, the one that I'm working for. At the same time, there's this voice that when it speaks, I'm so trembled. I tremble so much that I cannot just ignore the voice. I finally questioned myself to say, why am I here? And from there, I decided that I need to leave here. Being known as someone that had graduated high school, has gone to work, and now I'm coming back and I'm going to the CarePoint. I was a big embarrassment and I was a laughing stock to the community. for me, I found it to be very successful to come back to that humbling platform and submit at the CarePoint, because that's where God really met me and spoke to me again. And mostly, He also redefined the meaning of success. The way I believe success to be, it's living your calling to the fullest. I know what God has called me for, and I'm living and I'm walking in that calling, which makes me to have peace, knowing that whatsoever that I'm doing, it is within His purpose. When His purpose is fulfilled, then I am successful. I know you might be thinking that my story can't end here, but I must tell you that this is just the beginning. This younger generation that is coming, they are so full of fire and they are so unstoppable. Now they have us, people like me, that have gone through the situation, that have learned life, that have seen things, and I have made a decision to say, I want to invest my life into helping others stand, just as I am standing. I want to believe that the younger ones that are coming, they are also full of dreams, just like me. But they also need someone that can walk with them and cross over to the other side with them. So I want to believe that this story has got the power to change lives. It has got the power to impact nations, the entire world, wherever you are. Given the opportunity, you can also help someone to shine out there by giving love and support. Giving the platform for someone else to be able to touch their dreams that they've always been dreaming. There is nothing as beautiful than seeing a dream being accomplished.
So yeah, today we are headed to my graduation here in Durban. I'm feeling so ecstatic about it. It's what I've been looking forward to for the past, few months, ever since I knew that I passed and I'm eligible to graduate. So now today I'm here and I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to it, to celebrate the struggle, to celebrate the grind, all the hard work that have been put into this. So allow me to enjoy myself.
Thank you so much.
The only thing I live for in this world is to share my life and mourn with those who are mourning, and laugh with those who are laughing, and break bread with those that doesn't have any. I want to be a brother to the brotherless, and I want to be a shoulder to cry on for other children that doesn't have anyone to love on them. So that's what I live for. And you take that away from me, then I'm no more.